I didn't realize it was live. Shalom, shalom. I would first like to begin the lesson off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops at Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth, the 100% truth out there in the highways and the byways, the Akim, as well as a few sisters out there listening and learning, the Aqua to you. Also, I say shalom. It is your brother, Bar, back with another lesson through the spirit. And just wanted to come at y'all something quick and local, edifying and truth. As you can
I don't like
video,
to go places.
was going to be talking about, Nero, such as, the, what's the nigga name? King Harry. The United Kingdom pretty much moving more towards digital, right? Putting it on a more so mandatory scale, right? So there's that. And in addition to that, people have been quite literally like losing their shit, which we've told y'all these things are going to come to pass. Why do you think the scriptures say, in that time ye shall consider it, right? When the Lord is talking about the things that he's going to do, that they're going to come to pass, you will consider it at the end, right? Because clearly, where the Lord has messengers and prophets on the earth to warn the people, you all decide not to listen. You don't hearken. And you all have eyes that see and ears that don't hear. So, we've talked about these things, right? We talked about, people losing their mind, right? Curses falling upon Esau, Edom, through Deuteronomy 30:7, right? They would be stricken with blindness, madness, astonishment from heart. Those things are put on us, and now they're falling upon our counterpart, right? These Edomites are crashing out. You got a lot of people who are just crashing out in general as well, who are not in the truth, right? The Spirit of the Lord is not dealing with them, and they have no idea of what's going on right now. They don't have any answers. And it's funny to see Esau Edom. I watched a few lessons, right? The elder Manasseh Zagba made one. The elder Malcolm made one. I want to say GMS Kawalia, the brother from Chicago. I was just watching him. He made a lesson as well. Just going into how these people are really just bugging out, man, And as the days go on and on, right, we near closer and closer to the end. You're going to see more and more cases like this, right? Whether it be people that are around you personally or you see people online doing these things, which is why we always tell y'all that 2nd Ezra 15-16 that's another reason why it's going to come to pass, because people are becoming unruly. They're not regarding the kings, their princes. They're not regarding their higher powers, and the more and more we go on, the less people are gonna give a fuck, right? They're gonna start giving a fuck less and less. Seeing videos of people attacking police officers, right? People attacking police officers, women getting beat down in the streets, right? This place is near anarchy, but like I said, man, these people who choose not to listen, right, who don't want to listen because they have no patience, right? They don't want to hearken unto the Lord's servants. And that day y'all gonna consider it. Y'all gonna be like, damn, right? Y'all gonna have that feeling of, what is that, Jeremiah 5? No, it's not Jeremiah 5. This might be Ezekiel 5. Okay, bear with me. Ezekiel 2 and 5. That's what I was thinking. Ezekiel 2 and 5 is going to be the spirit of the people who decide not to listen in these days. Like we always say, man, the brother was just saying this. You know, the Lord can return at any given point in time, right? So it's best that you stay on your P's and Q's now while we in this grace period, because there's no telling how much longer it's gonna go on. By the way things are going, we're gonna see a lot of big things, Lord willing, big prophecies come to pass this year. So just stay on your best behavior, as your mother would say. The book of Ezekiel 2:1 says, the prophets called, and he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. Right? One of the reasons why we're in this chaos that we're in right now. And in addition to that, another reason why the Lord is going to have to judge his people, right? Amos, the 3rd chapter, because of the wickedness going on throughout our house. It's going to be a reason why you need to judge the 2/3 through Jacob's trouble, right? Where Jacob is indeed going to be in trouble, and there's going to be a time like never was seen on earth, right? These movies and TV shows, they do a good job of depicting what it would look like if Esau Edom was in control of it, right? But they cannot match or show an example of how Jacob's trouble, the real Jacob's trouble, when shit hits the fan, when society collapses, all that good stuff. They can't do a good job of depicting on how it will actually look, because it's beyond our imagination, right? We know that there's going to be certain things, right? Death, mourning, famine, destruction, right? Could think of it even as like something along the lines of The Walking Dead, but it's going to be far worse than any event that's ever happened in history. And that's all for the judgment of Jake. Now, of course, you're going to have people of other nations who are going to be catching hell in that time as well, but they're more so reserved for the lake of fire and brimstone, right? Just know that there's going to be all out destruction throughout the earth, and we would like to be a part of the remnant that is saved and does not have to see those said troubles. It says, and he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Salaki. Anyways, so there's no, brothers, of course we have no, we're not surprised at all when Jake is rebellious to us and whatnot. They don't want to listen, they want to go in their own way. That's completely fine, The Lord said that these things are going to happen. He's literally telling one of the major prophets, Ezekiel, that I'm sending you to a group of people who are literally not going to listen to you. But even then, still do your job. It's pretty much what the Lord is saying. Because when the shit goes down, they can't sit up there and say, oh, well, I didn't know, Lord. You never sent nobody to tell me. Nah. The truth is going out throughout the 4 quarters of the earth. So, the majority of people are not going to have an excuse in that day. says, "For they are an impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, that saith Yahweh, the Most High Power." And here's my point. And they, whether they will hear, whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yes shall know that there have been a prophet among them. So when they start seeing these things come to pass that we've told them and forewarned them were going to happen, they're going to consider it. Damn, that dude was a prophet. Now, I do want to declare fair use. These videos I'm about to play for educational purposes. Just showing you an example of how much your leader cares about you. He's not the only one, right? The government is spending billions, has spent billions of dollars on this war already. Yeah, you still have people out here who are unemployed. They're banning homelessness in a lot of places. Don't have jobs, right? They're homeless. They can't get a meal. All these good things. While also Esau Edom treating animals better than human beings. It's showing you the nature of these people, man. And the reason why we tell y'all that they are indeed your enemy. We're talking about the Israelites. Because I don't think, like, so many examples we could show you about how inhumane these people are. But if you got that coon chip in you, you still deny it. They don't want to save them. You can go ahead and play this.
Meeting with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear.
This motherfucker pissed me off. I swear it does, because it happens at the worst times. Salaki.
Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that matters.
You know that he for damn sure doesn't care about the normal people. No, which is majority of America is poor. Living paycheck to paycheck. And he also was able to increase his net worth double. He's already a billionaire, so that was unheard of. He only cares about the wealth. But just showing y'all, man, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. Whether it's him or the people he works for, right? Which really we know it is, but.
On gas prices, how much longer will Americans continue to see these high gas prices?
Well, they're not very high. If you look at what they were supposed to be in order to get rid of a nuclear weapon with the danger that entails. So the gas prices have come down very much over the last 3-4 days. I know, you know, and that's what ABC says. But the fact is that if you look at the stock market's up, everything's doing really well. And the big thing we have to do is we have to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon, because if they
need to keep it at home.
do, you want to talk about problems, you'd have problems. So very important is that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon, and they've agreed to that. Iran's agreed to that, and they've agreed to it very powerfully. They've agreed to give us back the nuclear dust that's way underground because of the attack we made with the B-2 bomber. So we have a lot of agreement with Iran, and I think something's going to happen very positive.
On gas prices.
So gas prices aren't even that high right now, man. You know, we told y'all just wait till they hit $8, $9, $10 a gallon, right? Plus that, you know, they're already saying that there's gonna be a shortage in the next couple of weeks, man. A big shortage of oil in the next couple of weeks coming. They already saying that. So I'm gonna get these couple scriptures in there and close it off. I'm gonna put 46. It says Daniel 11:36, and the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, right? He's doing his job, as it says. Nebuchadnezzar, my servant. I might as well go ahead and get that. Donald Trump is a servant of the Lord on the left-hand side. He's bringing forth destruction of Babylon the Great in society. As we said at camp the other day, you know, these people are in so much distress because their house is falling that they're going to bring others down with them. Right? They don't care. It just shows the integrity of Esau Edom. It says, for that is determined shall be done. So he's going to continue to do these things until he's finished his job. What's the other one I'm looking for? Daniel 11:36. Isaiah. I might as well go ahead and get that. Nebuchadrezzar. Nebuchadrezzar. Nebuchadrezzar, my servant. Behold, I will send and take all the families of the north. So like Jeremiah 25:9. Behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith Yahweh, and Nebuchadrezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and will bring them against this land and against the inhabitants thereof and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them and make them an astonishment and a hissing and perpetual desolation. That's what the Lord's going to do to Babylon the Great. Now going back to Isaiah 19. An unwise king destroyeth his people. We can even go to Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 10:3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Right? The translation of the kingdom is what we're witnessing. Now, we can go to Jeremiah 19. And one, it says, it's like Isaiah 19, and one, it says, the burden of Egypt, and behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? These things that's going on right now that Donald Trump's doing, or at least is the face of, or showing that he's doing, is going to lead to civil war. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards, right? They're going to look at these guys, right? Let's just give you an example. Scott Ritter, Jeffrey Sachs, Colonel McGregor, right? Just looking at people who are, let's give examples of people who are looked at, are seen to be quote unquote experts in this eschatology, the end of the world, the things that's going on, right? whether that be with the military or, the government, whatever. And that day they're going to look to people who are considered wise, right, to find and seek out answers for help. Just as in with Nebuchadnezzar, when he wanted his dream deciphered, he went to all these different eloquent men and stuff like that and magicians, and none of them could figure out what the dream meant. And then he went to Daniel, and the Lord put the spirit on Daniel to be able to break it down. Verse 4 says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, Nero, and a fierce, it's like my St. Louis accent, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts." All right, so that's what we're seeing, man. The fierce king, best believe that's going to lead to martial law as well. You're going to see those things because Donald Trump just doesn't give a fuck. So with that, I'm going to close it off there. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. Call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. A great millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel, Shalom. And as always, one day close to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom, Israel, Shalom.